What's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing well today. And today we're going to go ahead and sell the 442 Serie BPL Hybrid. Now you're asking to yourself probably, Smart, but why are you selling it, man? You did so well with it. What's the point of selling it? That's a good team that you built. Well, to be honest with you guys, I'm listening to your feedback. And a lot of the feedback you guys leave is, try out different teams this year. Try to incorporate a lot of different leagues. Because last year I used the Serie a lot, to be honest with you guys. And I'm sure the people who watched my channel remember that the Serie A was just in, it was literally in like every single one of my teams. So this year, my goal is to incorporate as many leagues as I can. Even if I don't enjoy the team, I'm still going to try it. So maybe at the end of this, I won't have the best of records since I'm trying out so many teams. But at the end of the day, this is for you guys. So I will be listening to your feedback throughout this race to Division 1. Now, you guys are seeing that I'm putting up all of the players that I have for about a couple of hundred coins over the going rate. And I checked the going rate on ultimateteamtrading.net, and then I've made this team a nice little La Liga, Bundesliga, BPL hybrid that I've got going on. And I really wanted to use my favorite center back in real life right now, one of my favorite center backs at least, Kyriakos Papadopoulos, the beast. He's such a young, great talent. I think he's going to be great when he starts maturing. So I really wanted to put him on the team. But the one thing I was worried about is my partnership, Soldado and Torres. A little bit worried about them. Didn't feel confident when I made the team. I actually wanted someone like maybe Sturridge up there, someone with someone who's a little bit more agile, a little bit more balanced, rather than they just feel heavy on their feet, if you guys know what I mean. When you use a player and they just feel heavy on their feet. Same goes with the midfield. Busquets and Kabay, probably not the best to put together. I usually like having one true central defensive mid and a false cam together in this formation. So I'm going to see how it goes. I probably won't enjoy it. I actually know I won't enjoy it because, again, I don't like having a full midfield and two strikers that just feel heavy on their feet. Last year, Torres had 4-star skills. He felt agile. He was amazing. This year, he's okay. He's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. He's all right. He's not terrible, but definitely not as good as he was last year. First match, we come up against a 4-3-3 holding, and the 4-3-3 holding is a very good formation in the 4-3-3. So if you guys are choosing a 4-3-3 formation, go ahead and try that one out. You guys saw he had the legend Francesco Totti as his left wing, but early on, Ben Arfa strikes it, but it just goes wide of the target. No goal for us early on. He gets the goal kick. We win the header. Torres with a nice hold-up play. Look who makes the run. Busquets completely unmarked, and the man with the worst shooting stats on my team gets my first goal for this squad in the 41st minute. Look at that for a great finish. Completely unmarked. Great delivery by Torres. Tucks it into the bottom left corner, and we go into the half 1-0. Look at the match stats. 60% possession for the most part. Plenty of shots on target, completely dominating this match. Didn't really feel threatened by him. I just didn't want to concede because I just didn't feel the strength of Soldado and Torres together. Ben Arfa there going for a finesse shot, but you guys can see they have been nerfed quite a bit. This is a post-patch game here, so keep that in mind. Finesse shots are very weak. I guess not very weak. They're working as they should be, but Ben Arfa with some nice skilling here. Gets past the defender, fake shot, gets a shot off, falls to Torres. Torres is going to finish that one for the second goal of the match. A nice little bit of work from Ben Arfa to create his own shot. But look at the man of the match, Sergio Busquets, playing a wonderful game. By the way, guys, honestly, he's one of the best central defensive mids I've used this year. Last year, I would not even consider him to use him on my team. This year, it's a complete different story. It's really true that pace is not a big factor, especially in the midfield. Maybe you might say it can be a big factor as a striker, but I wouldn't even say so. I really enjoy the gameplay of FIFA 14, but at the same time, there's a lot of things mechanically wrong with the game. There's a lot of poor coding, to be honest with you. There's things that just aren't working like they should. And let me give you my reasoning at least. I think because they've tried to build this up on the Ignite engine for next gen, I really think next gen's going to be the real thing we're waiting for. I think this is kind of a flawed version of the next gen that we need to wait for. So for those of you guys who are getting frustrated, I understand where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. There's a lot of things that just, they don't feel like they're working correctly. So, once all of that smooths out in the next gen, all should be well. Obviously, you have to drop a lot of money on an next-gen console. But one thing to keep in mind is you can trade in your game and you can pick up the next gen game for only $10. So keep that in mind. It's to save a lot of money right there. But in any case, got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and hop into the next game. We are doing really, really well so far in divisions, but as I said, wasn't really happy with this team that I made. Felt a little bit shaky on the attack. None of my strikers scored there except Torres at the end, so we'll see what happens in this game. But for my next match, I come up against another 4-1-2-1-2 team, another Serie A team. Serie A seems to be very popular this year, and this formation, as I've mentioned in a previous episode, I think is going to be the most popular formation this year. You guys can see his attack has a ton of pace, but I did not have trouble dealing with it. I think his pace didn't really affect me. But man, my striker partnership just did not play well together this game. Teo is going to try to get something going on down the flanks. Look at this move right here. Whoop! Completely broke his ankles. Go for the finesse shot. Abbiati with the save, and we don't end up scoring on that attempt. Kabay now down the wings. You guys are going to see me do some step overs. He thought I was going to cut inside like previously. I didn't that time because I figured he would expect it. Nice bit of passing. And Torres with a weak-footed shot. No power on it. Easy save for Abbiati again. Look at this hold-up play. And eventually Teo's going to make a beautiful run as we feed him. He takes a shot on goal. Abbiati, another save. Are you kidding me? Why don't you play this well in real life for Milan, man? Come on, baby. Another shot by Ben Arfa. One times it. Another save by Abbiati. We're throwing everything but the kitchen sink against this keeper. And then another save here after we get a header with Soldado. But 45th minute is approaching. Karma is eventually going to get me. You guys have seen the 45th minute has been very, very generous to me. But look at what happens. The first shot that my opponent gets in the first half is a goal for him. Terrible defending on my behalf. I could have cleared it. I tried to maintain possession. Kabay with a weak-footed pass, no power on it, ends right to my opponent. He smashes that ball past Adler, and we are going into the second half with these match stats you guys are about to see, completely dominating the game. 7 shots, 6 on target, 56% possession, but unfortunately we go down 1-0. So here we go. Are we going to try to get something back here right away? Try to get on the scoreboard. Soldado makes a run. Soldado off the crossbar. What else do we have to do to score, man? My two strikers are just playing so poorly for me. Teo with the run here. Terrible with his first touch. We cross it in. Ben Arfa can't get the header. Bicycle right into Abbiati's hands. And that is going to be all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, we drop our first game. I didn't even feel outplayed that game. I really did not feel outplayed. You guys see the match stats. Complete domination. But it just doesn't go your way sometimes, man. It just doesn't go your way. We drop our first game. Not the best way to drop our first game in seasons, to be honest with you guys. I would rather get my butt beat badly than lose that way when you're completely feeling control. But I think this team's got to go. I mean, 2 matches now. Haven't really scored anything with the strikers. Maybe I need a change up here and there. We'll see what happens. Like I said, sometimes having 2 strikers that just feel flat-footed is not the most ideal thing for me. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. We might make a change. We might not. But we'll hope for the best. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. It actually really helps me out. And if you guys want to see daily FIFA content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I mean, what else you gonna do? You like that fade out? Catch you guys tomorrow. Later.